Metcalf. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. The return starts from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by their quarterback, the second-round pick out of Kentucky, Will Levis.
Well, I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards. If I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They face second down and 7. Once again, it's Spears. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, Levis. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out, the quarterback out of North Carolina, Greg, it is Sam Howell.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing is Howell. Looking Smith and Jigba's way again, and again a catch. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The first carry for the Spartans, Kenneth Walker. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Once again, it's Walker. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Jimmy Ward that time shuts it down. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. 2nd and 7. Connecting with the tight end. That's Van. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll throw with Howell. Got it with Smith in Jigba. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. To throw is Howell. That's to the right side and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. Third down coming up.
Brings up third down and 10.
Hooper, the tight end, is in motion. Outright, Smith and Jigba has it. And he will get into the end zone. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This fielded at about the 9. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They go play action with Levis. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Automatic 1st down.
The motion man is Boyd. Levis with a give to Spears. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Levis. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
The motion man is Boyd. On play action, here's Levis. That is caught. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far. And it draws the flag. Off the play fake, it's Levis. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. From the gun, it's Levis. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver, and it's going to be fourth down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready for their second possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. That's Chase Young off the edge with the tackle. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Howell. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Slot man in motion right. Now it's Howell. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Here comes Jackson on the return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. That one complete. It's Tyler Boyd.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the 1st down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Levis. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down for Tennessee. 1 quarter in the books. 7-3 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. First and 10. Levis to throw. That's complete to Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Levis To the left side, caught by Ridley. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Tennessee.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Here's Levis. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the one he was looking for, and that will lead to a second down. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll stay on the ground with Spears. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
And he's in. Cole Komet, touchdown Titans.
Touchdown, Tennessee.
Extra point try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the Titans are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Hooper, the tight end, is in motion. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Offense.
Howell. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Titans offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Levis. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in third and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. To throw is Levis. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense ready to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Throwing is Howell. He'll get this complete to Walker. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They run with Walker. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll throw with Howell. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Austin Hooper.
Really nice job here by the quarterback. Not only getting outside the pocket, buying more time for his receivers, but then finding a man open who's able to pick up enough to move the chains.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Howell out of the pistol. Open man, the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down. Here's Howell. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Howell. He's got a man. That's Watson. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun. And he's able to find his man near the sideline. And he's able to extend this drive.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A hit, and he has lost the football. The Titans have got it. Past midfield.
For most of these defensive linemen, Mike, they go the entire season and never touch the ball. So when they get their shot, they try to take advantage of it, and that's exactly what this big guy did here. Doesn't quite take it all the way for a touchdown, but he sets his offense up in a great spot.
The Titans offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Levis to throw on 1st and 10. That pass caught right side. Valdez-Scantling.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time. And he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And he's in. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Tennessee. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Extra point attempt still to come. He's got it. And the Titans will get out in front 17-7. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Howell. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 3rd and 6.
And 6 yards to go.
Now it's Howell. A toss left side caught by his running back. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Titans offense ready to get back at it. Their lead is 10. They go back to work trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. From the gun, it's Levis. To the left side, he's got Komet. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's Levis to throw. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their 2nd as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this 1st half. That'll be caught downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Titans. His 2nd touchdown of this 1st half. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Next to score, Titans 24, Seahawks 7.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Now they'll set up to throw. Sending it downfield for Fant. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kendre Miller, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. A.J. Brown leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Josh Downs, a touchdown catch in the victory. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Into the hands of Boykin. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Now Walker. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard.
Here's a handoff to Walker. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Offense.
Here we go.
Howell. He's got a man. It's Metcalf.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
First run of the game here with Zach Charbonnet. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And this won't be a touchdown, but it will be a 1st down as they're able to get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Throwing is Howell. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His 1st NFL touchdown.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks back within 10. It's now 24-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and quarterback Will Levis ready for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. On 1st down, Levis. That's a short throw caught by Komet.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Spears.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Out of the shotgun, Levis. That's over the middle and taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. They send Ridley in motion. Throwing on second down, Levis. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Here's Levis. A throw right side, taken in by Boyd. The Titans sending out their punter. The home team's offense and Sam Howell heading back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker. And mark him down up beyond the 30.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
To throw is Howell. Metcalf makes the grab again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
He'll get this complete to Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 6. The tight end Fant in motion. Here's Howell. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll throw with Howell. To the end zone. It's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. And it would appear they are on their way to a 2-0 start as they begin things here with 1st and 10 in this 4th quarter. Now Levis. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
The motion man is Boyd. They run on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line. 3rd and 5. Now, Levis. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. They'll run it to the right here. That's Spears. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Off the play fake, it's Levis. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. From the gun, it's Levis. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll go. Here's Levis. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. He's going to pick up a Titans first down. Quite a call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5. They send Ridley in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Levis. He'll again get it to Ridley.
Well, let's give the defense a little credit here. You talk about read and reacting quickly. They recognize the screen right out of the jump, and he's able to beat the blocker to the spot and keep him to no gain.
On 2nd down, Spears. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. They'll run the toss to Spears. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take...
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Titans will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now it's Howell. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Howell. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Taking off, and he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Here's Howell out of the pistol. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
4th down.
Howell. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. A run with Spears. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Spears. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. On 3rd down, they go with Spears. Now Seattle will use the final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. 3 for 3 in the game as this one is also good. And the Titans will extend their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. They'll drop to throw. The throw on the run is complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Into the hands of Boykin. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
DK Metcalf was the intended target, and it'll be second down. Throwing is Howe. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. They'll look to throw yet again. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
It is third and goal. He'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
They need a late recovery to have any chance. Here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
That was their last shot. They've got no timeouts left. Now the offense can just simply come take the field. Best play in football, Mike. Victory formation, take a couple knees, get on with the win.
So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.
like I'm never enough.